Hi, I would like to share with you some information about one of the platforms that we will use in our college algebra course this semester, and that platform is called Top Hat. To access your materials, you will go to tophat.com, preferably from Chrome or Firefox, and then you'll click on Sign Up. This is for the first time that you enter the platform. Choose Sign Up as a Student. And then enter our join code, which can be found in our course documents in iCollege, but it is also 021360. You'll see our course displayed at the bottom. Click on that, and then click on Log In with School Account. This account is tied to your Georgia State credentials, so you'll enter your login and password that you use for Georgia State. I've done that and have already entered Top Hat. So when you come into Top Hat, that process may actually take you straight into the course, but eventually you'll get to what's called the course lobby. And from that, you'll see all the different courses that you're enrolled in if you've used Top Hat before. And then I'm going to click on our course, Math 1111, Section 165. And I just want to share with you a few things just to get you familiar with the platform. You'll see across the top there are 3 tabs: the Classroom, Assigned, and Gradebook. We will primarily use Assigned for this particular course since we're online. If I was with you in a face-to-face class, we would use the Classroom where you could all log into Top Hat and I can collect responses from you. I will do that on occasion if we join and meet together through WebEx, but it's not something we're going to use all the time. So you will typically want to go to Assigned, and the circle with the number tells you how many pages that you need to complete in that particular assignment. So there's going to be 7 different pages that have problems on it. Gradebook is where you'll go to see your current grades in Top Hat. Then as you go down the left, you'll see what we call a content tree. That is really kind of think of it as an outline of the text. So Top Hat is an interactive, fully online textbook. So within the pages, you will find videos, questions that you need to answer, and then some examples and narrative as you go through, just like you would in a traditional type of book. So each of the sections, though, is laid out in a very similar way. So let me share that with you, and then we'll actually get into some of the pages just for me to demonstrate some quick things for you. There is a section that's not required for you. It's called Prerequisite Skills. There's a section for every corresponding college algebra section. So if you feel like you need some refresher on some of your math skills, you can always click on to the Prerequisite Skills lesson and go through that reading assignment, and that will take you through what I consider to be things that you need to know before you complete the college algebra lesson. But again, that's not for part of your grade. That's just there if you need it. What is part of your grade is you'll see this blue circle with a number that tells you that within Section 1 core content or college algebra material, you have 3 pages that have problems due on them. And so you would go through and click on to expand that folder. And then within that folder, you'll see there's 2 pages in this reading assignment folder, and then there's 1 page in the homework assignment folder. So if I click on the first page in the reading assignment, which is a study with purpose lesson, every single section is going to be set up in a very similar fashion. So the study with purpose is something that the University System of Georgia is really keen on. This was my way to kind of meet that obligation, but it's really important for us to put some focus on academic mindset. How can you be successful in this math class? And so you'll find some things here that I've written based on the science of learning, study strategies, and things like that. So please pay particular attention to those. And then as you go through, you can either expand this to full screen if you want, and you can scroll down the page. And you'll see that at the top there's a circle with the 0%. What you want is for that to reach 100%. That doesn't mean you have every question answered correctly necessarily. It means you've completed or attempted every single question on the page. But these study with purpose pages are really just consist of I call them think about it's, but they're really a discussion question just to put some thought behind what you just read, and you'll get credit just for doing it. There's not going to be a right or wrong answer there. So just read those and answer that, and you'll get the perfect score on that particular page. Then when we're done with that page, I'll click close. And then the textbook is this section 1 core content lesson. And again, we can go to full screen on that. And if you want to maneuver going to different objectives, you can scroll and click on the index here to get to that particular objective. But as you scroll through, you'll find there are some think about it questions here. Those are just kind of getting you to think about what's coming in this particular lesson. Again, these are not right or wrong. The discussion questions aren't there. They are just do it and you'll get the credit. So really just to guide your thought process and learning through this material. Then you'll find some narrative that you need to read. And then there's some quick checks just to make sure that you're understanding what you read. And you'll go through and complete those. And again, your goal is to get this progress meter to 100%. For each question, you have up to 3 attempts to complete it. If you don't get it right the first time, you'll see a hint. And then after the 3rd time, the correct answer will be revealed to you and you can see a complete explanation of that problem. But my advice to you is this: if after 2 times you don't have it right, please stop and talk to me, because my goal is for you to get 100% on the homework. So I'm here to help you with that. That's where your learning is taking place. So don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have a question on that material. But then you will find a slide deck. That would be if I was presenting in class. These are kind of the key things that I would go over with you. So this is maybe if you want to see a quicker glance of what's in the section, you can go through this. I have copies of these in iCollege with the solutions. That is, if I was working this out in class, I would have all the solutions to the problems that I would work out. There's also embedded questions in here, so if you want some additional practice, you can go through and do that. So here's some examples that I was talking about are worked out inside the iCollege copy of those. But again, those aren't for homework, that's just for review. But then your homework assignment for each section is going to be in this homework assignment folder. So it's a page that consists of about 25 or so questions on each of the objectives from what you've just covered. And so you'll go through and complete that, again, trying to get this progress meter to 100% to show that you have completely satisfied that. One other thing, the first page is about the College Algebra textbook. I suggest that you go through and do that. It will give you samples of all the different types of questions that are in the book, so you can get an idea of how you need to enter the responses. Another way to work in the book is you can filter through what's just assigned instead of all of the other material in the book. So if you want to get rid of the review sections that aren't really required, you can just show me everything that's unanswered and it will take you to those pages. You can toggle back to that by clicking to show all items. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions on how to use Top Hat. We'll be talking about it a lot throughout the semester. So I look forward to working with you and hope this was helpful. Thank you.